Okay, everybody, welcome to Friday afternoon yoga. I hope this 30 minutes gives you that last bit of energy for your work week and puts us in a really nice spot as we head into the weekend. I'm Betsy. You're, of course, welcome to share your video, but you do not need to. And I'm going to have us all on mute. If there's something that comes up during the practice that you feel you need to unmute, just go ahead and do that. It's totally fine. All right. Find your yoga mat, and we're actually going to start in a standing position. Give us a little music as well. Great, so just a comfortable spot on your yoga mat to start with. Take your feet outer hip distance apart, so pretty wide apart. Find a steady gaze out in front of you, or even close the eyes here. Let the arms just kind of drape by your side, move around a little bit. And then one of three options. Leave the hands down by your side. Hand over belly and heart, or palms together, center of the chest. Make a careful choice with that gesture, what feels right to you. And know that as we move in this next half hour, each and every time you form a new position, a new gesture, it is surely just for you. What feels right? Start in this moment with a couple of deep breaths. As much as possible for this practice, I ask that you breathe in and out of the nose. In and out of the belly. It's really expansive, cleansing breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then stand with the feet just a slight bit closer together, more hip distance apart. As you do that, open the eyes, reach the arms up to the sky, look up, big full reach and breath, really welcoming yourself into this time for active movement. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Touch your fingertips down to the mat. So bend the knees enough to make all 10 fingers touch. And then let the head shake a little yes and a little bit no. If you want to get the whole upper body involved with that little bit of a sway, go ahead. Maybe even hold on to the elbows. I call this one ragdoll pose. We're trying to get as heavy and released as we can. If you've been sitting at a desk typing all morning long, you'll need an extra couple of breaths here. This one's really good. Give it one more breath like that. And then let's get right into downward facing dog. Place your hands on your yoga mat. Walk your feet back until you form that inverted V shape in the body. Here in down dog, pedal out your feet a little bit. Continue with a little shake of the head or twist in the hips. Again, always referring back to what feels right for you. Next, exhale, drop your knees down to the yoga mat. Big toes together, knees apart. Sit back in child's pose. For child's pose, walk your hands out long in front. Be on fingertips, lift your forearms, your elbows, your upper arm bones to the sky. So there's a little hollowing underneath the armpit, room to breathe and stretch there. Walk both hands over to the right side. Reach out to your left fingertips, but pull back on the left hip. And walk the hands across the center and on over to the second side. Come back to the center, rise up to all fours, place the hands under the shoulders, your knees right underneath the line of the hips, and do cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop the belly, but pull the chest forward and through, eyes, tailbone, wag up towards the sky. And then exhale, press down through your hands and knees, round your back and drop the head. Go back and forth a few times like this. Let your breath be your guide, so it can be faster, slower than I'm moving. Open it up. And then again, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back. Here in downward facing dog, look forward in between your hands and bring your right foot forward to a low lunge. And it might take a couple of steps. Just keep going until you find your stride with the knee over the line of your ankle, fingertips in line with our toes. One thing that can help give a little more space is both hands on the inside of your foot. You could try it either way. Okay, let's all make the back legs straight, really firm the muscle around the bones, strengthen there. And add a twist, right hand up to the sky. Look to the side or up and take a breath in. Breath out. Lower the hand now to the inside of your foot, spin the back heel down, so 2 flat feet on the ground. I call this down dog lunge. Walk the hands out towards the front corner of the mat. And your hands can be really light, not a lot of weight. Keep the weight in your feet, push back into the left leg. And try to broaden the front knee away from the front shoulder. Get in a little bit of space there. Walk the hands back in, around the front foot, pick up the back heel, and set the knee down to the mat. Now walk both hands up to your front thigh. Get a little stronger, navel towards the spine. Think tailbone straight down towards the floor, and let's take the arms up to the sky. Big reach. Add a twist. Left arm goes across the thigh. Right hand behind your back. And then inhale, both arms back up and fold them down around the front leg. Step it all the way backwards to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, clear the breath out. And then second side. Take your time, left foot up. Sometimes a little helping hand can get us into that full stride. Hips high enough that you can make the back leg straight and strong. And then add the twist, left hand to the sky. Down dog lunge. Bring the hand to the inside of the foot. Spin the back heel down. So I'm lining up about heel to heel here. Then walk the hands out. You can walk the hands towards the front corner or a little more off to the long edge of your yoga mat. Sometimes makes it a little more doable. And then bring everything back in and set the right knee down to the mat. Hands up to your front thigh. A moment to kind of like zipper up through the body. Get a little stronger, steadier. Arms to the sky as you do so. Slide the hips a little down and forward. And then add a twist. Right arm across the front thigh. Back hand kind of down the back. Look where feels best. Inhale, lift both arms up. And lower down around the front foot. Lift the back knee. Step it all the way back. Downward facing dog again. Pedal out the feet. Look forward now to your hands. You pick your own adventure here. You step, walk, or even jump all the way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Extend from hips out to the crown of the head. And fold over the legs. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms to the sky. And your opening gesture, palms together over the body or down by your side. Be present as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Okay, sun salutation A, lift the arms up, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, touch the ground. Inhale, half lift, extend the spine. Exhale, step back to the top of a push-up, plank pose, and then lower flat down against your mat. Cobra, peel the chest up, press down through your hands and feet, squeeze your glutes for strength in the legs. And then change to downward facing dog, all the way up and back. Look in between your hands and step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. So that we get a little extra lift in the heart rate here. Let's do it again. Lift up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower flat down to the mat. Keep going. Peel the chest up for Cobra. And downward facing dog. Couple of breaths right here. Enjoy. Look forward to the hands. Step or jump again. Front end of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Tree pose. Place your right foot onto your left leg. You pick the height, anywhere above or below the knee, but do try to point the knee straight out to the side and the toes straight down to the floor. Keep the arms at the chest or overhead. Trees sway and fall all the time. If that happens, just try to come back to it. No big deal. Lower the arms, lower the leg. And try it on the second side. Balance poses, more than perhaps other things, really seem to shine a light on where there's a little imbalance in the body. It's all knowledge. It all helps us stay present and full in the moment. Don't be discouraged if things side to side feel and look a little different. Okay, we lower the hands and lower the leg. One more standing series of poses. If you're in the middle of your mat, take a wide stance. You can face the long edge. Extend the arms out. And then turn your right toes out. Gaze out over your front fingertips and bend the right knee. Warrior two. Virabhadrasana Dvi. Vira meaning strength, usually translated as strength. I've also heard Vira translated as focus. What helps you? Change to side angle pose here. Elbow to the knee, top arm palm down overhead. Look to the side as you turn the torso, even look up to the sky. Okay, friends, we're going to try a little challenge here. If you're looking up, look back down for me. Can you take your right hand down beside your right foot? Oh, little grunts and groans, totally good. And then slide your right foot back to meet the left foot. Kind of cross at the ankle for side plank. I think the hardest part is actually getting it back. Right hand, right foot, back beside each other. Find your way, come back elbow to knee, and then all the way up to that focused strength of warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn your toes. Let's give it a go on the second side, bend the knee. Aim towards, and it's always to or towards, not that you have to, inner thigh to inner knee, one straight line, and then 90 degrees down to the inner ankle. And we take that and we add to it, elbow to knee, top arm again, palm down overhead. Look to the side, even look up. Experience a big breath, openness across the chest. Okay, and then we're going to try that slide into side plank. Look down. Try placing the left hand all the way to the mat. And slide the left foot back across ankles for side plank. Give it a breath or two there. And then step the left foot back up. Elbow to knee. Side plank. Warrior two. Straighten the left leg, turn the toes parallel to one another. Wide-legged forward fold. We want this one to feel nice and released after the work that you just did. Feel free within that then to bend the knees to make this more doable. Slide your weight more forward into the toes out of your heels, so that as the legs go straighter, they grow stronger in the front and a healthy stretch down the back. Okay, look towards the front, short side of your mat. Come into a low, long lunge. And then step back to plank. Lower flat down to the mat, right against the belly. I think of this like a starfish. Take your feet about as wide as the mat, arms out in front of you about as wide as the mat. And then lift everything that you can up. Staying lifted, squeeze your heels in, bend your elbows like goalpost or goddess arms, back extension here. Open the arms and legs, extend. Do it twice more, pull heels in, bend the elbows, lift the chest. And straighten. One more time, lift as high as you can, goalpost arms, squeeze in the heels. Straighten the arms and legs. Push back to child's pose. From child's pose, change now to downward facing dog. I did mention we're picking up our energy through this practice to help us through the rest of the day. Lift the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Do the best we can, knee into the chest, hover forward, and then up and back. Knee towards the right side. Great option is to do this with the bottom knee down. Let's try it, knee towards the left side and up and back. And again, knee into the chest, hover and stay. Set it down for pigeon, knee right behind your right wrist. Walk the left leg back until you can come down to your forearms. A lot of folks will call this one sleeping pigeon. You could go all the way down to your forehead if that feels right for you. Try to keep an equal balance. As much weight forward as you have back, as much weight to the right as you have to the left. All right, and then slowly pick up your torso. Let yourself fall towards the right side. So you bring your back leg around to the front, all the way into a seated twist. So I'm going to take the left foot over the outside of the right thigh. And then from here, twist towards that lifted leg. I'm no longer mirroring you. I'm going right with you. So it's right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Both sides of our bum and the left foot on the mat as much as possible. Okay, we're going to do this combination in the backwards order on the second side. So if you untwist, just kind of lean back on your hands and switch so that it makes your right leg on top, left leg on bottom. And then take the left elbow to the outside or around the front of the right shin and thigh. Try to sit up tall on every inhale. Find that little tone and turn in the belly on the exhale. And then from here, inhale, come out of the twist. Your right leg, spin it all the way around to the back. And we should end up in pigeon with the left knee forward, right leg back. A little pretzel-y. Wind your way there. The hips can always stay more lifted, or you can try to do this pose on your back instead of forward on the belly side, if that's a little more accessible for you. Okay, and let's close out this series with that strong work. Go all the way up and back to downward facing dog. And then left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Here we are, knee in towards the chest, hover forward and up and back. Take it towards the left, up and back. Take it underneath to the right, up and back. And then one more time to the center, hold, pause, shoot back to plank, down to the mat. Cobra, this is the last big cobra pose. Lift, lift, lift through the chest. Enjoy the stretch, the reach, the breath. And lower it down, push back to child's pose. Give it several rounds of breath right here. And then as you are ready, change to a seated position with the soles of your feet together. This one's called Baddha Konasana. If you have kids around, they'll probably call it butterfly pose, little wag in the knees. And then wherever you just did Baddha Konasana, slide your heels out a little further so that you feel as though you're more in a diamond shape. And we're going to try to make our forehead come down close to our feet. If you happen to have a lot of range, motion, flexibility here, you could even lie your forehead all the way down to the crease of the feet. I tend to just prop up, chin underneath the hands. And from all of our good active work, we're slowing it down. Turn your gaze low or close the eyes. 30 minutes on the mat, it's substantial. It does good work for our bodies, our minds, our soul. From here, stretch your legs straight out in front and fold back over. Try to have a pretty even round through the spine. Let the arms just drape beside the legs or hold on to your feet. Just enough muscle engagement to keep the shape, but you can be a little softer here. And again, come back upright. So I'm going to take us into an easy cross-legged seat with the ankles under the knees. If you prefer to sit in a different way, or if there's just a couple more movements that would feel best for you, feel free. Yeah. From your steadiness, from your seat, again, turn the gaze low or close the eyes. Give yourself the opportunity to kind of map yourself through the body. Notice how you're feeling. Perhaps a positive change or switch from just 30 minutes ago. A bit of heat that travels through the body from the lifted heart rate, from the healthy movement. I tend to practice in a way that focuses everything that I do for that particular month around the same mantra. Mantra just being an inspiration that can hold me accountable for the month of April. Be present. It's really simple to say, sometimes harder to stick with. Be present here through your breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. One more time, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Stay with your breath, perhaps repeating internally, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. I encourage you to stay with this seat, to stay with the long, full breaths a bit longer. And then as needed, as ready to move along, bring your palms together, thumbs to the sternum. And bow in full gratitude to yourself, to to those that we've shared this time with, and for our special practice of yoga. Thank you all. Namaste.